Aloha, hi, it's Susan Teton, and welcome to video number 3 and how to stop sugar cravings and why you must. So here's what I want to do in this video. I just really want to speak to some of the objections you might have for this and the things you might be saying, like, I don't really like these sweeteners. Well, yeah, it does take a bit to get used to when your palate is really used to it having other foods. I have a really good friend who, oh my gosh, he eats so much sugar. And the other night, he was over at my house and spending a couple of days there, and he was roaming through the fridge really late at night. And I go, "You looking for something sweet?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I says, "Well, have a spoonful of honey." And he goes, "Nah, that won't really do." And I says, "No, come on, try it. It really works. It really works." And, you know, honey can be very powerful. And so I gave him a spoonful of honey, and then I got out that coconut cream concentrate, that stuff I showed you, with just the ground coconut butter. It's called coconut butter or coconut cream concentrate. And I gave him a little bit of honey, and I gave him a teaspoon of this coconut cream, and he ate it, and he goes, "Oh my God, that is so good." And you know what? He was satisfied. He had a really good fat, and he had this really sweet, rich flavor from the honey and the coconut. And so he went off to bed happy. It was so much better than this whole pint of ice cream he would have eaten, or something from the local fast food place, okay? So these things that you start to do will really make a difference, and your taste buds will change. And in time, you can put things like maple syrup and honey back into your life, but small amounts, and you'll learn to figure out what triggers you. So this is really important. When you start on this journey and you start putting some of these foods back in, you have to watch for your triggers. I know my friend Carol said this was a huge situation for her afterwards, because some things didn't bother her, where other things were like, I want more and I can't stop. And so she would be too far challenged, and she didn't want to challenge herself that much. And that's what I want for you too. Find what your triggers are. Find the places of your weakness and build strength in there, because this is where your mindset comes around. You have to build strength, and you can do it. Okay, so that's part of the tasting and getting used to these new flavors. And also, when you start putting whole fruits in your life, oh my gosh, your taste buds will change. They're so delicious, and we're so fortunate that most of us have amazing fresh fruits available to us. And once you get through the detox period, you can see what triggers will happen for you if you eat a lot of fruits. So pay attention to that. So also, many people say, oh gosh, I just can't afford all those new fancy foods like the stevia and the coconut syrup and the rice syrup. Trust me, I really do think you'll save money in the long run. You know, people spend like $4 or $5 on a latte. But you know, because we want it so much and we're so used to it, we just do it, and we make the money work. So you will probably save money. You will really probably save money. Because this perseverance that you go through is going to aid you so much more in your life. It's going to give you perseverance for so many other areas that you haven't even begun to see now. And you'll get control of your life. And it does take some changes. And whether you're just wanting to go on a diet, a very particular diet right now, and it's not just so sugar oriented, all these same things still apply. They all still apply. You still need to have the 6 things that we went through in the beginning for preparation, mindset, getting a buddy, getting, you know, social support, and preparing your kitchen and your car, and getting ready before you go to parties, and using prayer. You know, getting really prepared and getting a mindset that works. This will really aid you in your perseverance. Another issue for a lot of people is time. I don't have time to do this. I get it. I say it all the time. I think it's, there you go, I say it all the time. I think it's the biggest issue for me personally is the time factor. And I had somebody tell me not too long ago, for me to put an hour every day, take an hour and just do something that I totally love to do, just something that gives me total pleasure. Not what I think I should do, nothing like that, just total pleasure. And I started doing it, and you know what? Time expanded. Everything else got easier. And I know that sounds silly because time is time. It has a number to it, and there's only so much of it. But we have to change our mindset with time. We really do, because paradoxically, if we can learn to slow down, we'll find we have more time. It just works that way. So give it a try. Don't go around thinking, I don't have time. You can make the time and find joy in it. Find self-love, self-care, because you are nurturing yourself. And when we start nurturing ourselves and doing things that give us pleasure, it's so much more fun. And if you really hate to cook, you know, some people just say, oh, I just don't want to go in the kitchen, I don't even know what to do. Well, this is something you need to learn, because we need to learn how to become impeccable stewards and take care of ourselves. And taking care of ourselves is the single most powerful thing we can do right now for not only ourselves, but our families, our children, our grandchildren, and our communities. Buying local, learning to eat whole, fresh foods is going to give you a whole, fresh body. And that's just the way it is. We are what we eat. So I hope that this training this series is really just a short series to give you some inspiration and a lot of food for thought and some ideas and some strategies. And so a strategy is not going to do you any good unless you have your mindset in place and you're prepared. So get your mindset and prepared, get yourself a strategy, get yourself a buddy, and stick to it. I have a private Facebook group called Eating as a Spiritual Practice. It was from the summit that I just did. It's also the name of my new book. Please go to that if you would like to have some support. Maybe you can find a buddy in there, but if you're getting off sugar or you're starting any specific diet, go to my Facebook page, Eating as a Spiritual Practice. Go ahead and apply for it. We'll let you in, and we can all work on some of these things together, and I'll be there to answer some questions as well. So if any of you want to have a consultation, please feel free to email me, or you can go on my website and book a call if you would like some help with this, or you have any questions, or if I can help you in any way whatsoever. I have lots of courses on my website which might interest you, and again, ask questions. And also stay tuned, because I do have a webinar coming your way that we'll have a little bit more time, and we'll go into a little bit more depth in a lot of areas that are going to empower you, inspire you for great health. Alrighty, everybody, aloha, and thank you so much. I hope this series was helpful, and we'll see you again soon. Aloha.